Hi guys, it's Machaela and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a declutter. I'm gonna get rid of some makeup. I do this 3 times a year in April, August, and December, and that's just to kind of go through my collection, see what I'm really not enjoying, see what I can give away before it expires, or if it has expired, I throw it out. So let's just go ahead and get into it, starting with the stuff that I am throwing out because they have gone bad. And starting with this first item, if you were followed along with my Project Pan of last year, I had this Jordana skin tint, or it's their blush stick, and I tried so hard to pan it last year and I just couldn't do it. I decided that if I didn't finish it, I would just throw it out. It is still good, but it's not good enough to where I want to just give it away because it does look older than I think the formula seems, and if it's not bad yet, it's probably going to get bad, so I'm just going to go ahead and toss this guy. And then next up is an item I had gotten in my box charm, I think it was last year. It's the Mud Masky Blue Light Protection Mask. I wore this not too long ago, and the formula seemed very thick, like it was just going bad. And I haven't had this for very long, so I don't know if it's just like the blue light like formula or what, but this moisturizer does not last long. The last time I wore it, it didn't feel right, so this one unfortunately has to go. I thought the idea was good, I liked it while I had it, but it's just not something that's lasted very long. And then we've got the Becca Zero. It's the lip and cheek glaze. I tried so hard to love this and I just didn't. It foregoed a few declutters in the past, and I didn't like the way it felt on the cheeks. And the last time I tried on the lips, I thought maybe I could use it as a lip oil, and it felt like it just had expired, so unfortunately this one does have to go. And Becca's out of business, which makes it sad. And then the last one on my list is this Milk Makeup Water Stick. It's the Watermelon Brightening Serum. And again, just one of those things where I had it for every once in a while that I did use it, but if I used it regularly, it would break me out. And the last time I had it in my makeup rotation, it just felt like it had gone bad, just kind of sticky, kind of like ugh feeling. So again, it's time for this to just be tossed. Moving on to the items that I am going to give away because I simply do not like. Let's just, in no particular order. Starting off with this foundation, this is the NYX Total Control Pro Foundation. This is actually brand new to my collection. I bought it maybe 2 months ago, and I thought it would be lighter coverage. I wore it and I just don't feel like it felt very good on my dry skin. I think if you're more oily skin, this is a little bit more oily skin friendly. That, and it's just super messy to wear. Like, I'll take the dropper out and it gets everywhere, and you gotta shake it up, and you gotta like do all kinds of things just to get this to work. So I did not like this, and it's just maybe somebody who likes a little more fuller coverage foundation, maybe somebody with a more oily skin type would do good, but for my skin type, and quite honestly the shade I got was way too fair for my skin. My skin's been changing lately. I think it's gotten deeper in the last year or so, or at least since pregnancy for me. It's not as fair. Like, I used to always kind of teeter that line between light and fair, and so I got this in the fair shade, and I should have gotten it in more of a light shade, but shade match alone, there's just a lot that I don't like about this, because if I did like the formula, I would have definitely tried to make it work. So hopefully somebody else will get more use out of it than me. Next up is another BoxyCharm item. I fixed my frame and the camera. I felt like it was cutting my head off. I was trying to show my items, but next up is another BoxyCharm item. It's the Vike Gentle Oil-Free Makeup Remover Spray. And I feel like this is for somebody who doesn't shower at night and showers in the morning, and this is just to break down that makeup. I have tried using it getting out of the shower, and I did not like it. I think that because I shower at night, therefore I take off my makeup at night, I feel like this is something that somebody else could get more use out of than me, and I would rather give it away while it's still brand new. Again, this was just one of those BoxyCharm finds, so I'm not overly worried about not loving it, because essentially when you break down the items per box, it only is like $5-ish per item, so I wasn't too worried about not liking this. And then we've got an LA Girl Eyeliner. Again, this is one of those cheap ones, so you get what you pay for. It's just the eyeliner is too sharp and I can never get it to do what I want it to. And this was just in a white shade. I've got other things that work just as well in my collection, so I figured I might as well get rid of the one that feels like it's stabbing me in the eye, especially with how big my collection is. And then I got 2 more items, and then I've got some palettes to go through. This is the Laura Geller New York mascara, and again another one of my BoxyCharm misses. And this is just, it doesn't do what I want it to. It's not a bad mascara per se, it's just, it feels like it doesn't coat the lashes. It feels like I really have to work to get in there, and it feels very like loose, like it doesn't really get in and get the lashes. It just kind of coats like the ends of the lashes. So maybe somebody who isn't too picky with their mascara formulas might like this more than I do. I personally don't like this. Then another thing I'm getting rid of is this Dose of Color Save the Date lip gloss. I had this for a while, I loved it, I enjoyed it, but I just don't wear lip glosses. I don't like the way they feel on my lips, and this one here is just not a color I would wear, especially because I am already so picky with my lip glosses anyway. So why keep it when I can give it away? Last up is some eyeshadows. Most of these are BoxyCharms, actually. I think pretty much all of these are BoxyCharms except for my single eyeshadow. This is the Stila single eyeshadow in the shade Jade. I broke this side of it, and I thought for a while I really liked this. This may have gone bad, I might just go ahead and toss it. But this shade here is just not as pigmented as I would like it to be. It doesn't do what I want it to be, and especially now that my collection's big enough, especially from when I bought this, that I definitely have colors that work better. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and toss that. And then we've got eyeshadow palettes. All of these are from BoxyCharm. This first one is the Studio Makeup East to Wear eyeshadow palette, and I actually really like this palette. However, I do have the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette, and it's pretty much the exact same thing, plus I get a few more shades. So because it's pretty much an identical palette, I feel, I'm just gonna give this to somebody else because I don't need both palettes in my collection. Next up, we've got the Real Her Dream So Big eyeshadow palette. Again, one of those BoxyCharm palettes, and I have complained about this in the past, but I feel like the BoxyCharm palettes, though they are more high-end, I feel like the formula is really kind of hit and miss, so I tend to get rid of a lot of BoxyCharm palettes. And because I just have stuff in my collection that are similar that I like a whole lot more. So this one here, I'm getting rid of. It's just not the quality that I like, being a makeup lover. If you're a beginner, you might think this formula is just fine, but because I've grown to know my eyeshadows, this just doesn't work for me anymore. And then the next one is the OPV Beauty Spotlight eyeshadow palette. Not a bad palette, but again, I also have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which I think has been discontinued, so if you don't have that one, this would be a good alternative for it. I don't hate it, I just like the other one better. I feel like the shimmers aren't, again, my quality of shimmers. I feel like the shimmers are a little more gritty. The mattes just don't perform the way I would expect an eyeshadow palette to perform. But again, if you don't have the kind of experience I do, or the kind of knowledge I do when it comes to eyeshadows, then this might work out just fine for you. And then the last one, and my final one from my BoxyCharm palettes, this is the Cab Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I don't know what, oh, it's the Day and Night eyeshadow palette. And again, the shimmers are just really gritty. The color story is beautiful. I've got a lot of other formulas that I like better in my collection. But, I mean, I really like this shade here, except for it's just gritty. The formula is gritty, and for me, my pet peeve when it comes to eyeshadows is gritty eyeshadows. It's one thing if they feel not as smooth, like in a swatch, but they perform beautifully on the eyes, which I do have a lot of those, and those are, I can totally look past that. But when it's gritty, both difficult to put on and both difficult to swatch, then there's no reason for me to have it. Again, if you're a beginner, you'll probably think this is fine. Me, I'm a lot more picky. So I would rather have something that I like more, especially when I already have these colors. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this, and if you are new here, welcome. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and wouldn't mind having you around if this is your thing. So, again, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. God bless, and bye, guys.